A long time ago, flamingos lived on a small island surrounded by the sea. Their island was full of fish, big fish, small fish, every kind of fish. The flamingos lived very well. But one day, some men came with explosives. They put them in the coral reef to force the fish out. Soon, they had fished so many fish that the flamingos were left with nothing to eat. Slowly, the flamingos started to die.
Jina langu naitwa Haji Gora Haji. Nimezaliwa kisiwani Tumbatu. Nilizaliwa mnamo mwaka 1933 mwezi wa kwanza. Kwanza nilikuwa mtu nacheza ngoma ya kienyeji katika kijiji. Halafu yake ilikuwa mimi ni mcheza mwanachama tu. Pia nilikuwa naona haya hata kucheza. Lakini sasa kuna bwana mmoja katika mpinzani wangu katika ngoma nyingine akaniimba, aliponiimba nikaanza kutafuta nyimbo kumjibu. Ndio mwanzo wa kutunga nyimbo.
With little food left, the young flamingos in the flock decided to kill off the old flamingos. When they had finished them off, they set out to find another island to live in. But soon they found out that their wings got tired before they could reach anywhere. They put their heads together to find a solution, but ended up bickering and fighting.
Because I came from the Bambara and Griot tribe, I have ability to talk and to attract attention immediately. Yeah, and then I remember when I was a kid, I went to a movie in the theater, cinema, and I was able to explain in detail all the movie, and all my friends, they love that. They don't want to go to the cinema because they want me to explain everything with my comments, and now they like it. You see, and now I kept it. The more important part is the moral behind, because the story they are telling us what we should do, what we should not do in our life, the relation being. And sometimes it's difficult to name people when they are powerful and they behave in a way that is better to to create a story with animals, not to be in trouble.
So the animals are a good way to disguise.
Yeah, exactly.
And talk about very real issues.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, they are talking all about real issues of the life, some rules of life, what to do, what not to do, and everybody recognize, say something, someone looks like that. Yeah, like the spider who want to take revenge, create trouble everywhere, and so on. And we have a hyena, like a crooks, want to get things, and yeah, or the lion so proud, want to make justice, and so on. And all these animals, the character, frame up against human being.
This story from my grandmother. She loved me very much. So as we talk about story to prepare children for the better life, to grow up as good people.
What kind of messages did you get from these stories?
You know, I have a lot of message, but the one I remember vividly, I don't know, but I was a little boy, and she told me the story about a man who was very jealousy. A man lived in the land, in the mainland. So because he was very jealousy, he took her wife to the small island, Fisherman Island. When he was going out, so he used to lock his wife in the house, you know. When he get out, you know, he used sand and sweep them like a carpet. So if somebody go to the house, he can see the footprints. So it happened that the jealous man, he met a fisherman. He was his friend, you know. They were fishing together and making the net, fishing net together. And then one day, when this man, a jealous man, went back to his home, when he opened the door and he got inside his house, you know, he didn't see his wife. So started to wondering where she's gone, because they live in the island, the small island alone, you know. And then he found a tunnel. The tunnel, he followed the tunnel. The tunnel took him up to the place where he and his friend were fishing together, were doing the work, you know. So he found the tunnel. And then when he took out from the tunnel, and then he saw the boat already sailing, you know. So that fisherman, he took, you know, his wife.
And with your wife, are you jealous, or you still remember that story?
I still remember. It can't be too much, you know. If you're too much, man, you destroy, you know. The mid is better, you know. You have to be jealous, but, you know, not too much. Too much is bad.
Storytelling now is disappearing because of the introduction of the television. And in the past, I remember there were old women or old men. They will narrate stories to their grandchildren at home in the evening. But now children are no longer interested in such stories. They're just interested in watching television only. So the television has become something not good for storytelling.
Toka utotoni, unajua tukikaa na watoto wenzetu usiku tushakuta ubwabwa, tunakaa nje watoto hii nyumba hii na hii na hii, tunakusanyika, tunahadithiana stories zile, kila mtu anatoa yake. Maisha ya zamani yalikuwa mazuri sana, tofauti na maisha sasa hivi. Sasa hivi yamekuwa kidogo yako juu. Kwa hiyo mtoaji wa hadithi ni mama, na mama maisha sasa hivi anakwenda kazini kama baba na mama wanatoka pamoja, wanakwenda kutafuta maisha, tofauti na zamani.
There is a real need to bring back this culture of telling stories at home, and maybe in schools there should be competitions and debates, so that children can learn a lot about their own culture, their own country, their own history, So it's very important for them to learn a lot about these stories.
A brain of a children is like the fresh soil. So it needs to dig them and to clean it, So a boy or a girl has to grow with a wisdom, So if you get a wisdom, since you were a little kid, so it's easier to understand when you're grown up. So if this generation, for example, now they don't go this wise, or when you are grown up or adolescent, you can't understand. You don't understand. It's not easy.
For me, it's important. You have to look the society, the way we develop. A lot of prison and many things like that, because nobody has fear about anything except prison. In a country when you see the traditional way of teaching the moral to respect the elder, the old people, and so on, so you avoid a lot of prison. And sometimes I was surprised because even with the modern life, when I'm telling some stories, some children say, "Hey, we should not do this." Then I say, "Yeah, of course you shouldn't. You do whatever your power. If you you violate the life of others, you will fall down. You will be crushed by a way or another way." Now they think twice before attacking each other and something like that. Yeah, unfortunately for me. It was lost at school. Such teaching, it should be reintroduced, because in school they give a lot of knowledge, but without moral behind, and it's dangerous.
The flamingos, who could not find a new home, began to cry. If only they knew how to fly to another island. Right then, an old flamingo who had been hiding in a tree spoke up. "If you promise not to kill me, I will show you how to get to another island." "We promise! We promise!" all the young flamingos answered. The old flamingos led them to the beach. "First, let's fly low," he said. He showed them when to flap their wings and when to glide. Soon they had landed on a new beautiful island that had enough fish for each of them to eat to their heart's content. The young flamingos thanked the old flamingo and cried for all the old flamingos that they had killed. They realized that in life, the wisdom of the old is as necessary as the innocence of the young. For to know your past is to own your future.